All right, I am joined here today by still jet lagged and still feeling the pace from Dallas, Texas. Colin, how are you feeling?
Yeah, jet lagged. yeah, good to be back. I mean, there's no place like home, but just trying to regroup and feel human again. Still not feeling human.
Let's unpack the events and how it played out. You guys went out for a nice trip there, 2 weeks, first Vegas and then Texas.
Call it nice. I didn't really enjoy Vegas. I mean,
really.
We went for work, but it was nice to be hanging out with Josh, Duron, DJ, and obviously the host, Chu from DLX was really good to us. So it was just good to be kind of around those people, and obviously we trained very hard in Vegas. But I wouldn't call it a nice trip. Yeah, it's just work.
It's a work trip, and then you went to Dallas. So let's talk about Dallas, because that's obviously where all the media and all the fight, Bam Rodriguez, Phumelela Cafu. Just run us through that week, maybe.
Yeah, so I'm glad we went into Vegas first because it was a lot hotter than it was in Dallas. So we kind of acclimatized to the heat there. You know the story about Phumelela getting lost on the first day, which was quite funny. Then
shades of Lorato Glamini.
Yeah. Then that was also crazy. Then we went into Dallas, and then obviously it was fight week, and we kind of was doing active recovery, getting his weight in check, and lots of media work and attention, obviously, and there was a big fight, press conferences. So it was pretty exhausting, but he was in the right frame of mind. He was in the zone. He was good to go, in great shape, and I couldn't fault anything we did in training or the weight cut.
Yeah, Phumelela as well. I think if you just focus on his performance alone, I'm surprised a lot of people in the fact that a lot of people wrote him off entirely, and there he is hanging in there with Bam Rodriguez up until the 10th. Yeah,
I mean, there were some guys here who felt that we were going to get sparked in 5 rounds. He did exceptionally well. I'm so proud of him. He fought gallantly. He put it all on the line. He didn't want to stop. He was a bit disappointed that obviously he said to me when I stopped the fight through the inspector, when I asked the inspector to throw in the towel, he looked at me and he said, "Pops, my legs are still good." And I was like, "I know your legs are still good, but I knew it was coming." So, he was in the groove, great performance. I thought after 6 rounds, we were really in the fight, 7 as well. And then Bam just changed levels, and we dared to be great. And I have no ill feeling of taking that opportunity and taking the fight. When you dare to be great and you come up short, we need to remember he's still young. It's not the end of the world. He can become champion again. In fact, I'm very confident he will become champion of the world again. But it's one of those things where I believe he just fought potentially a generational great. I knew Bam was good, but I didn't know he was that good. And I think potentially we're looking at a great fighter.
That was going to be my next question, is obviously you see him on TV, you prepare for him, but when he's in person, he kind of has that imposing figure, doesn't he?
It's, obviously there's an aura to Bam now. I mean, you obviously know how he got to rise to the top. He got called 2 weeks before, and then he became champion of the world, and his life changed. But, obviously seeing it, it's we knew he was fast. And as Phumelela said to me in the dressing room, which was obviously like a morgue afterwards, he said to me, "Pops, it's not that he hits hard, it's just that his speed and his punch placement is just incredible." And he never slowed down. Phumelela caught him with some really hard body shots. And the one moment, I think it was in the 4th or 5th round, where he took it, he stepped back. I could actually see Bam taking a deep breath in, and he was right back in it. And I think that's probably what's probably going to set him apart from the rest, is that he can change that gear. And that's why I think we're looking potentially at a generational great.
And in saying that as well, I think a lot of people might have picked it up, people might have not, but Bam, after the fight, the sense of relief that the fight was over, he fell to his knees, he just really, he was put through a hard fight.
Well, he admits it so much, as much in the interview, where he said, "This has been my hardest fight." So it's a massive compliment to Phumelela. Like I said to him, I'm very proud of the kid. He did exceptionally well, more than what people expected, and he lives to fight another day. I stand by my stoppage. I thought it was the right time. The last 2 rounds were very rough on him. You could see him that he was starting to get caught with clean shots, and I just thought at that stage, what's the point of even attempting? He was hurt on the check right hook, and even though they got tangled and it wasn't a knockdown, I knew it was coming. It was towards the end of the round as well, but there was no point in keeping him in. I'd rather keep him fresh for another day. You know, he goes back to his family healthy, and congratulations to Bam. We lost to the better fighter on the night, and yeah, it sucks losing. It really sucks losing. But the reality is that if you dare to be great and you come up short, there's nothing wrong with that. I have no regrets taking this fight. I have no regrets in trying to be great. And again, knowing the situation in boxing and the way the business side of boxing works, he will get another title shot and he will become champion again.
Well, I think naturally people would want to know. It's way too soon to talk about what's next. Phumelela's probably got to go and rest for a bit and recover. I mean, world championship level is different kettle of fish.
Different kettle of fish. The reward was great. I mean, he earned a ton of money, which he needs to enjoy now with his family. He needs to buy his mom that house. And he just needs a break and he'll come back. You know, it's like I'm saying to you, fighters lose, Hayden. We've done so many interviews in the past where, like I've said to you, it's not the end of the world. It's just not the end of the world. We just so fixated on fighters being unbeaten or having this massive winning streak. Is what it is. Fighters lose.
And the beauty of it is you have the lowest lows, but you also have the highest highs. Because, you know, a lot of the time, and I was saying this as well, like, when we go on the road, we literally don't have that much of a chance. But when we cause the upsets, it's amazing.
Well, that's exactly it. The highs are incredible and the lows are fucking awful. You want to jump off a building. But there are memorable nights in boxing that you just have to cherish.
Yeah.
And then there are low lights that you just have to accept. And often it's a bitter pill to swallow, but you got to swallow the pill. And like, we've swallowed the pill. It's bitter. It's not easy losing a championship in that manner, but we lost to a legitimate pound for pound, probably now top three. You got Usyk, you got Monster, you got Crawford. I think Canelo slipped up a little bit. You got Beterbiev you got Bivol, and then you got to mention his name. And who's looked dynamic and sensational? It's Usyk, Monster, and Bam. So for me, I think Bam's potentially in our top three pound for pound fighter by most boxing experts.
Yeah, he's sensational. Doesn't really make that many errors. And yeah, look, he's
and sorry, just going back one thing. When he handed back Phumelela's belt, what he said in the dressing room was very sincere. He meant no disrespect. You know, Riyadh Season announced the fight when we were still getting ready for our fights. You know, I'm talking about Martinez and Bam. And he apologized to Phumelela. He said he wasn't overlooking him. And he was very sincere. The whole camp were respectful. And it's just great to see in boxing. It's nothing personal. Talking about personal, hey man, that press conference in Durban, Vusi and Terence really getting into it, right?
No doubt management obviously managed Terence.
You know, I was supposed to actually go down, and then I did not read the one text, but that was because I was so jet lagged. So, but you know, SA Boxing Talk was there covering it.
Yeah, so you didn't get to miss it. Let's put it that way.
No, I didn't. Yeah, it was hot,
It was a hot press conference.
Did you, like, when that was all being said, all that shit talks being said, you were like, wow.
I just like...
Did you lose your breath?
Well, I mean, look, the camera was on. It's just gold that was of course on.
Yeah, but what was going through your mind?
I was like, these guys are really getting stuck in here.
Personal, right?
It was very personal. And I was like, I couldn't actually believe that was going to happen. I didn't have any thought in my mind that it could get that deep, but it did. And yeah, look, it's not just a fight anymore. It's like a breakup, an ex-trainer and a
that's crazy
boxer.
But I think that's been resolved. So big respect to both men.
They had a phone call afterwards.
Yeah, they had a phone call, which was very, very respectful.
Yeah.
And I think that's like, wow. How many views have you done?
Oh, geez,
loving it, eh?
Crazy. Yeah, it's mad.
Definitely spicy. Sorry. So it wasn't personal. You know, it was business with Bam and Phumelela. And afterwards, you know, we were friends, respectful. But again, I just want to say that, like, Bam, I knew he was good, but wow, I didn't know he was that good.
And the talk before the fight, obviously, Phumelela was confident going in because he says he was going to take Bam's head off. Obviously, mentally, you want your fighter to be in that zone, right?
Well, we were confident and we had no reason not to be confident. Yeah. So... You know, I thought our game plan was on tact. Again, we just couldn't execute it the way we wanted to because I feel Bam's just that good.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things, isn't it?
It is. And back to America again for South African boxers. It's been a there's a story for South African boxers in the United States, and Phumelela adds his part there. And do you see him going back one day again?
Absolutely. I think there's a story right now that it's near impossible to get visa appointments. I mean, you were supposed to join us, you and Larry and Bernie.
Yeah.
And we just couldn't expedite the appointments. And we did initially, and they were declined.
Otherwise, people are going to see your face so often on camera and everything.
Yeah. Groupie, eh? Proper groupie.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm...
Yeah, bro.
I'm a friend, a groupie. I don't know what else. Whatever you say doesn't really hurt my feelings.
You look so bothered by it, though. You didn't get any. You didn't get any sleep, did you?
I'm so bothered. I didn't sleep at all throughout this whole thing because of all the names people were calling me.
You look more jet lagged than me, and you just, drove here 15 minutes. So I do think he goes back one day. I think like I'm saying to you, does he stay at 115? That's the question. Does he move to 118? Nakatani, obviously he's chasing the fight with Monster. That's going to open up the 118 division. Bam's going to unify. I think he beats Martinez, then probably unifies against the IBF champion, and then, maybe moves up. So there's a lot of invariables in the 115 and 118 division. So let's see. We've got time.
And yourself on a personal, just moving on from the fights as well, because Phumelela, obviously we're going to hear more news about him in the future, but the next assignment for Colin Nathan, what's on the menu?
August 23rd, man. Boxing 5, Carnival City. Looking forward to that. SA Heavyweight Championship. Looking forward to that. Sean Pocket is my guy. He's going up against my friend. Unfortunately, we're going to mourn my friend, but it is what it is. I was speaking to Coach Chi this morning. Everything's on track. I know Chris is up for it. That's just the main focus right now, and then obviously building off of that and the undercard. I'm just looking forward to that event. It's going to be great for Carnival City again. It
is, and it's the second time going there. This time around again a full stacked card. You guys are starting at 5:30 now. I've heard from Larry Weinstein.
Yeah, because we've got too many fights and not too many fights. The more fights the merrier.
Yeah.
So we've got a lot of fights stacked, and then just obviously in terms of the rounds as well for PSA. So we're looking at starting the event early.
Awesome, and that should be a whole night of boxing. Next generation again, as always, Boxing 5 when they fill out a card, you got a whole range of fighters that are coming up.
Yeah, we're developing our fighters so well. I mean, you've seen that from prelim level all the way now through to championship level. So it's just going really, really well. I'm very proud of the boys Boxing 5. Big shout out to Larry as well, Riaz, Ladum and the guys. So there's a lot going on, and I'm not saying that I was happy that Larry, because I obviously wanted Larry, but I know he's been working. When he didn't come through in America, he's been non-stop for Boxing 5 for August 23rd. So big shout out to them for obviously putting in the hours and the mileage when I'm still jet lagged and I still need to find myself, if I ever do find myself.
You'll find yourself maybe next week.
Maybe next week.
But rest up and feel better, and we'll hear more from you as it sort of unfolds.
Yeah, for sure. Good seeing you, bro. Thank you. And I really did miss you. We really missed you, Bernie and Larry.
Fantastic, Cole, and we'll see you again soon.
Cool, man. Ciao.